The other week, most movies that go straight to streaming are normally crap, especially on Netflix. Like 95% of all Netflix original films are total garbage. But once in a while, they put out a good one. And The Rip. The Rip came out with Matt Damon, Ben Affleck. Fantastic.
Joe Carnahan coming back with the ferocious vengeance.
Totally should have been in theaters.
Totally.
Yeah, I like that shirt, Rob.
Then, it's a good shirt. Then we found out, we saw trailers for The Wrecking Crew that was coming to Amazon. And we thought, the trailers look good. Dave Bautista, Jason Momoa, Miranda Baccarin. I've frozen her name for later. Jacob Bartolone. Girl from The Expanse. It was killing me through the movie. Who is she? What is she? And I'm like, she's from The Expanse. That was great. You got Jason Momoa's dad from Aquaman in it. Boba Fett was in there. All that kind of stuff. But the problem was they were dumping it straight to streaming, which I said was a red flag, even though the trailers look good. So watched Wrecking Crew this weekend. Damn fun movie, man.
It was a hoot.
Damn fun movie. A crowd-pleasing movie. A movie I, again, totally wish I had the opportunity to watch in movie theaters. Because there are totally theatrical moments in this movie.
And great action.
It's being used in some of the promos, so this isn't really... But the use of a cheese grater. I was in my living room with 5 friends and family watching it, and all of us were like, as that scene was happening. And I just wish I was in a full movie theater.
To get the reaction.
To get that, being part of that, right? The violence in this movie, way over the top. Over the top violence. The chemistry, I was telling Jonathan this before we started the show. The chemistry between Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa was surprisingly on point. Really great chemistry between them. Miranda Baccarin. She was just awesome. Jacob Bartolone was great. Again, I like the villains. I mean, it's very much like an 80s style buddy cop action film, but it also repeats some of the mistakes of 80s style action films. The woman he bumps into just happens to be this very important character. And I won't say what happens exactly, but you guys who watch my show know that my number one most hated movie trope is meet me at death's peak at midnight. That whole thing, I talk about it all the time. No, I can't tell you the key answer over the phone. It's too dangerous here. Meet me at death peak at midnight tomorrow night. And then you instantly know, that character's dead.
They use that in Paradise, right? Too.
They did. They so many TV shows and movies
drove me nuts.
No, I can't go into it here. Meet me at such and such a place. Yeah. And then you automatically know, that character's dead. Yeah. That character's totally going to die before they meet up. And they use that, and I hated that they use that. But that aside, this was a fun, funny, thrilling, gory, violent blast of an action film. And I really wish Amazon had put this in theaters. And Rob, you told me beforehand, and I'll just echo it now. I want to see a sequel. I don't even care what the story's about. I just want to see Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa as odd couple half brothers hanging out. And I would watch them just hang out for 2 hours. And I had a great time watching. Rob, what did you think about Wrecking Crew?
Look, I loved movies like this in the 80s. And if you think about them, everything from 48 Hours to Tango and Cash. Tango and Cash, you had Stallone and Kurt Russell paired up in a movie together. And the movie wasn't great.
No, it was the chemistry.
But it was the chemistry of these characters. And you're looking at this film. I thought this movie was actually way better than Tango and Cash as a film. But that's this thing. These were studio staples. You'd go to the theater, you'd see 1 or 2 of these kind of movies a year. And the great thing about them is you can spend a ton of money on them, depending on how big the action is. I mean, the Bad Boys movies are essentially that. Or you can make them for less money and still get away with it. One of my favorite, it actually doesn't have 2 guys in it, but Brian Bosworth's Stone Cold, which is coming out from Kino Lorber in 4K. Incredible action movie with a great performance by Lance Henriksen. It allows actors And these two guys were clearly having a blast. And then you can get people like Marina Baccarin, and you can get all those. You populate the film with really cool character actors, and that's what's fun. You get the violence, you get the action, you get the machismo, the characterizations. There's no downside to this, and I'll tell you, John, you're absolutely right. When you see somebody get smashed in the face or the cheese grater scene, these films are designed to be experienced in a theater with an audience where you can all
100%.
hoot and holler together. It's kind of like when you're watching this. I watch this in my movie room with my dogs, and I'm just sitting there watching this going, if there was somebody here that I could bounce off of, I was thoroughly enjoying myself, and, it was just felt lonely. I would love to have seen this in a theater full of people, like Send Help in 4DX, which I saw this weekend.
Send Help was so good. I didn't have a theater reaction to that movie. I had a blast with that
It
movie.
was a blast. I'd never seen a 4DX movie either. And whoever designed the 4DX experience was on point.
Guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of today's episode, PrizePicks. Well, the big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than with PrizePicks, where it always feels good to be right. With the football season coming to a close, this is your last chance to jump into football action before next year, and PrizePicks is making it easy by giving you $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. What I've always loved about PrizePicks is how simple it is. You're just picking more or less on player projections, building your lineup, and rooting at home while you watch the game. I also really like their early payouts feature. If a player gets off to a hot start, you can cash out before the game even ends. And with the new social feed, you can follow other players, copy lineups that you like, or use them as inspiration for your own. So don't miss out. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CAMPEA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Anyway, guys, question is for you. Did you have a chance to watch the Amazon film, unfortunately straight to streaming, of The Wrecking Crew? I had a ball. I had an absolute ball watching it. With all the films that Amazon is putting out in theaters, I kind of wish this was one of them. I think watching this with an audience would have been a blast. Anyway, whatever you guys think, jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.